All right, sorry. I'm gonna edit this. So I've got one video, and I'm gonna add at least one more. But my wife called me, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up as soon as I can. Because I gotta hide all this stuff. Okay, so I put this stuff in my garage, and I can organize stuff so it doesn't really stick out too much. I don't want her to see all the stuff I've got here. But I'm set to. If the governor of state of Washington in the USA decides to put us in quarantine so we can't leave the house, I've got enough backpacks for the entire family and friends and everything like that if we just want to go into the woods or whatever. And I've got a lot of camping food as well as water and dehydrated food and MREs. So whatever. So I think I left that at the Abrasion Resistance of Cordura, which is just a type of nylon, but it's how it's not shiny like you see on these, how it's nice and shiny. It's still nylon, it just has kind of like little hairs on it and stuff, and that protects it from getting cut or things like that a little bit more. The benefit of this is it doesn't tear as easily if you've got heavy weight on there. With the harness, like I said, I just don't know if you'd want to pack this too much. So if I was actually going to use this, I would probably attach this to a frame, let's say like this 1960s, 1970s frame. I did test to see if I could use these little pins here, but they're a little bit too large for the holes on this. But that's easy. You can just use some paracord, or you can use a smaller bolt and attach these in these holes that are pre-drilled in this frame. On the bottom you can also do the same thing, because you do have those holes again, and you can attach that on there. If I really want to, you can see there's some rooms. I can put some 1-inch strapping, maybe an 1.25 inches. I haven't measured this one yet, but I can put it through here. Let's just measure that real quick. So 1-inch webbing will fit inside of this extra space here on this. So I can use different straps to attach this on the bottom to a frame. Like I said, if I don't want to use a frame, I did start putting on this old LC1 or LC2 Alice strap on the top. And the way this thing attaches down on the bottom, you've got this loop on here. So I'd either put this through and put like a little bolt so this thing doesn't pull through, or I would use paracord and just put it through the hole or the extra space between these straps down here. And then since this thing there's no padding on the back like on the back of an Alice pack, I would put some kind of sleeping pad in there to give it some rigidity as well as padding. So let's take a look at the measurements, some rough measurements. Okay, so I'm not a scientist, I'm not like a ultra prepper or something like that, but let's measure here on the bottom. So if I go from seam to seam on the bottom on this guy, this is 15 inches wide. On the Alice, it is 13 inches wide. Let's go for measurement. So I could overstuff this a little bit more. So one thing with this is it does have a snow collar underneath. Let me see if I can show you real quick. Holy smokes. So take a look there. So you've got a draw cord right down here, but then you also have a snow collar. So I can overstuff this even more and probably make it about the same size. Yeah, it looks like I can make it at least the same size as the Alice pack. So in the Alice pack, they don't have a snow collar in there. They just have this draw cord on the top of the bucket. So I'm going to say that this thing is about 40 liters, just the same as the Alice pack over here. Now this has 3 pockets on there, just like the Alice does over here. This one is wider, but it's shorter, and you have the flap and a strap. Let's do some rudimentary measuring. So I'm looking at 9 inches wide by 7 inches tall and 3 inches deep. So all 3 of these pouches on the Alice pack are all the same size. So these are 4 inches wide by about 5 inches deep and 9 inches long. So you're getting about the same capacity on these. Once again, if you don't put this on a frame, I don't know if I'd really want to stuff all that stuff in there unless it's all just winter gear where I'm putting in a large jacket, you know, sleeping bag and things like that. But I don't like to roll that way. I like to have a frame. So it's very easy. If you want to put this onto an Alice pack, you could just put the straps through here like I did, and then attach this on the bottom, probably with paracord or something, and then put this onto the frame. But it's really up to you. That's what I plan on doing. And as you can see on the sides here, they do have, so what I don't like is there's no pass-through through the pockets like you see on the Alice pack. So the Alice pack was made so you could put the old like World War I, World War II attachments on there where they go into those little holes. You can pass it through there. I did get a World War II type axe cover, so I could put that in there. I could still put it on this, but then I'd have to use they do have this extra loop on here, so if I was going to do an entrenching tool or an axe, then I would put it through here, right? And then have this on the surface. There's a lot of things you can do with this. Let's see what else we got on this guy. There's not a lot on this. I mean, there is kind of like a hairy handle on here, a carry handle. And do we have anything else good on this thing? The straps just go through here, kind of similar to the old school Alice pack. You just got this little like buckle, let's say. This one does not seem to have any coating inside of here, although ballistic nylon is somewhat water resistant. You can use like snow seal on this if you want to kind of clog up the pores and things like that and leave it slightly breathable but protect it from water. You know, I think for 35 bucks, you know, plus another $7 shipping that I paid on Poshmark, this thing seems like it's worth it to me. I think that this will be useful to me. If I actually use this and put it on a frame or something like that, I will let you guys know. You can see here we do have the snow collar, like I said. Let's see if I can open this up. Sorry. I know sometimes I don't edit these things. I don't delete things. Maybe I should, but I just don't want to take time, and I'm dumb, so I don't do it. But they do have a large pocket on the back. So I just stuffed my son's stuff in there. Anyway, they do have like kind of like a radio bag pouch in the back. You could also put hydration inside of there, whatever you want. If I'm going to use this without a frame, I'm going to put in like the German sleeping bag inside of there. Give it some rigidity plus padding. You can also put stuff underneath the lid and then, you know, kind of stuff it, and then put these through the buckles down here. Since you've got this pass through here, if you wanted, you could put a strap on the top and put, you know, like a sleeping something or something even heavier on the top. Because you just go through these pass-throughs. There's more than enough room for more than just one strap going through. So that's what I think that I will do. And like I said, you can use the frames from the Alice to do that. You can use the frame from an LK35 to do that. There's a lot of ways that you can use all of these components and work it with other stuff that you have, whatever country it is, just depending on the dimensions of what you have. So let's take a look at this smaller one. So, you know, when I see videos, I don't know, maybe the people doing the videos are smaller than me. I mean, I'm only about 6 feet tall, 215 pounds. These things look ginormous. You know, when I saw like Outdoor Gear Review do this, it looked a lot bigger than it was. To me, this thing looks like it's about 18 to 20 liters. Oh, there's my measuring tape. So let's just take a look at the dimensions on this. So on all of the other videos that I've seen, you know, people are saying to wear this on the front of the harness. So if you look at this harness real quick, if you get one of these, if you don't, I don't think you're missing too much, but they do have an extra loop so that you've got these hooks on there. And in theory, you can put these hooks on the, and put this on the front. I wouldn't want to carry this on my front, honestly. And I was not in the Austrian Army, but I'm thinking that maybe this is more like a assault bag or a small type of bag. So then you just use this harness and put this on the back of it, so you've got something a little more mobile. They do have some pass-throughs here for like Alice type attachments on the side, which also means you could use Molly. Let's see if I can measure this real quick. So this is 4 inches deep by, looks like 12 inches wide. And let's see how tall this guy is. It's about 14 inches tall. They just have a drawstring on here. And if you take a look at this, if I wanted to compact this a little more, I could fold this underneath, and then this cover on here will make it even smaller, so I can make a little, you know, let's say a 13-liter day pack on there if I want to put straps on this. This has the same type of attachments as the main bag, so you got these little holes here. So you can use paracord if you want through here. And I do have an old Swiss, looks like a gas mask bag, but it's got straps, shoulder straps. I think I'm going to use that on this thing. I'm sorry I didn't get it out, but you know, I've got limited time at the moment. If I decide to do it, I'll show you. The pictures I've seen on Keep Shooting or Sportsman's Guide, where I've seen they're still selling these things, it looked like they had these plastic, like Alice type of clips. You could use regular metal Alice clips on these if you want to put this as a butt bag, or something like that. If you want to put this on your web belt. I'm kind of glad they didn't have it on there, because to me it seems a little large for a butt pack, but you know, it's all depends on how you like to roll, right? But I'm gonna use those little leather straps and put them on here, and then use this as like a small day bag. This is still the ballistic nylon, and I think it's made very well. This is made by Lito in Austria. They've made some stuff for the Swedish Army, because I did at one time have some LK35 packs made by Lito, and I was told by a viewer that it was made there. It's nice here. You got 3 straps here on the front. These go down to the bottom. You can secure a lot of stuff on the bottom. It also has a small strap, 2 small straps on here, so you can attach, you know, like a sleeping pad or something like that, or if it's winter, you can put heavier stuff down on the bottom. You also got this attachment point if you want to use a larger strap or something like that, and just dangle it from there. I don't know. I know I probably didn't cover everything you want. If you have any questions, please post it on there, and I can see if I can test things or something like that. But I think it was a good purchase for me, and I think I'm probably going to go to keepshooting.com and buy one of these Austrian bags, and you know, because I think I'm going to use this for work and for hiking, for really small bags. They're, I think on Keep Shooting's, you know, $13 to $15 or something like that. And they're pretty sturdy. Even without using this, I can just see, you know, the thickness of this ballistic nylon and everything. I think it's a good deal. If you get one, you can use it as a shoulder bag if you want, or you can improvise your own straps and things like that to carry this. I'm definitely going to buy at least one more of these. I just wanted to show you guys. Once again, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for suffering between one of my long videos. Have a good one.